Hello and welcome to this week's video. I'm not going to do anything terribly complicated this week. I'm just going to lead you through the fairly simple move set, and I'm going to do mindfulness meditation at the end, as I always do. But this video is dedicated and really aimed at all those people, possibly carers, mums, parents, all those people who probably know that they should find time to do something like this, probably know they need to find time to do something like this, but for various reasons feel that they can't. And if you're watching this and you know someone like that, please feel free to share this video with them. And if you're the person like that that's watching this, then I want to congratulate you for taking time to do something for yourself for no other reason than that you are worth it. I often talk to people about my concept of the L'Oreal moment, something that you do for no other reason than you're worth it and you know it will be good for you. So please treat the next 30 minutes or so as your L'Oreal moment. I'm not going to go into a lot of explanations. I'm just going to lead things gently through, just listen to what I'm saying, just follow the moves that I make as best you can, and just go with the flow and do what seems right to you. So, I'd like you to take a moment to get yourself into a good posture. If you're standing, that means feet are hip width apart, feet parallel and facing forward, knees very slightly bent, back straight, neck straight, but putting your neck straight often means you tuck your chin out. So poke your chin out. So poke your chin in. Engage your core abdominal muscles if you can. And then I just want you to breathe. Don't worry too much about your position. Just do what's right for you. And if you're seated, then back straight, neck straight, shoulders relaxed, feet still a hip width apart, and flat on the floor if you can manage it. But the most important thing is whether whatever position you're in or whatever you do not want to cause yourself any pain or discomfort. Not about doing things perfectly, it's about doing them perfectly for you, because you're the one that's decided to do this, and well done. So, just get yourself in a nice quiet place, turn your phone off, and just tell yourself that the next few minutes are yours to do what you need. Let your arms hang slightly by your side, and just breathe. Just breathe. And as you do, try to get that sense of, in a way, when you breathe, your whole body breathes, which it does, because when you breathe in, that oxygen gets pushed all the way around your body to every part that needs it. Well, that's really what we're trying to do with this, except it's not oxygen we're sending around, but it's your chi, your internal energy that we're sending around. So, breathe. Just for a moment, if you're standing, send your awareness down to your feet and try to make sure that your weight is evenly distributed across your feet, that you haven't got your ankles turned in or your ankles turned slightly out. Your feet should be flat on the floor. And then I'd like you to close your eyes if you can. If you don't want to, that's fine, but I'd like you to use your imagination. I'd like you to imagine that you're in a lift. Don't care if lifts normally worry you. This lift you feel totally safe in, because this lift is very big and you know it's very safe. And it's, even though it's got glass walls. And through the glass, you're looking out over the most beautiful countryside. As you look out over that beautiful scenery, you just feel relaxed and calm. And then continue to breathe quite normally and gently. With every out breath, can you imagine that that lift floats down one floor? Just keep breathing quite calmly and gently until your lift reaches the ground. And let your arms hang loose by your side. Maybe imagine all the weight running out of your fingertips, leaving your arms loose and light as a feather, ready to respond to the movement of your breath. Now when you're ready with your next in-breath, just allow your arms to float out in front of you. And then when you breathe out, just let them slowly sink all the way back down. Don't push it, don't stretch. Only move your arms as far as you can manage in that one gentle, easy breath. Only move your arms as high as your shoulders are happy to take them. Ideally, you're getting them to about waist height. Let everything flow with the breath. So as you breathe in, your arms float up, and then as you breathe out, they sink all the way back down. And then we'll do this move twice more. At the bottom, just relax and let go. Then we'll go on to the second move, which starts very much the same. So as you breathe in, let your arms float out, but then let them gently open up. And as you breathe out, let them float back in and back down. As you breathe in, really notice the expansion of your chest and your lungs. And as you breathe out, feel everything relax back. As you breathe in, really feel the expansion of your back muscles, and maybe that's what's allowing your arms to drift apart. And as you breathe out, those muscles relax and your hands just naturally float back in and back down. Movement can be very small, doesn't have to be big. Just find your own breath and your own rhythm and just do what works for you. This is your time and you need to take from it what you need, not what I'm trying to give you. Just be open and curious to the thought that you can take what you need from this video. And then we'll do this twice more. And at the bottom, relax and let go. Maybe wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, just check everything is nice and relaxed. Check your shoulders are also loose and relaxed. And then with your next in-breath, let your arms rise up. Now, if you can get your hands all the way up there without hunching your shoulders, then go for it. But if, like me, you can only get them to about there, do you know, that's absolutely fine. And as you breathe out, shift your weight slightly to the left, sink slightly on your left-hand side as your right arm uncurls. Remember to keep your back straight. And as you breathe in, everything comes back to the middle, and then guess what? You do the same on the other side. This move is called painting rainbows. It's easy to see why. Your hands are painting the shape of a rainbow in the air. We'll do this move twice more. And as you breathe in, your weight comes to the center, your hands meet at the top, and then turn your palms outwards. And as you breathe out, just gently let your hands sweep all the way down by your side. Make the circles as big or as small as you're comfortable with. Small is beautiful in Qigong. Breathe in, your arms float up. As you breathe out, they sink all the way back down. And then last time for this move. Breathe out. Just bring your hands into position, ready to balance your chi. So as you breathe in, can you imagine that you're running your hands around a small ball? As you breathe out, imagine you're trying to push that ball underwater. Keep this movement very small. Be careful to take your hands no higher than your heart. Do this move twice more. And this time as you breathe out, just let your hands float down by your side, just down in front of you. And just for a moment, stand very still, very calm, and just get that sense of everything settling back to where it should be. And then when you're ready, get yourself into position, ready for a meditation. Now, you can sit, lie, stand, wherever you want to, wherever's comfortable for you, where you won't be disturbed, obviously. And while you're getting yourself settled, I will just talk a little bit about the Standing Zen at the end. The Standing Zen is actually really a move. So although I took you through 5 actual moves, the Standing Zen is in many ways a 6th move. And if you're doing this for personal practice, people sometimes wonder how long they should spend in the Standing Zen. The answer is that you should do 6 to 8 repetitions, i.e. 6 to 8 breaths for each move that you do. And the same is true of the Standing Zen. So if you've been doing 6 to 8 breaths for each move, then you need to do 6 to 8 breaths for the Standing Zen. So now, hope you've got yourself settled and comfortable. And a mindfulness meditation isn't about clearing your mind. It's about being aware of what your mind is doing, because when we have stressed or anxious thoughts, it's not what's going on that's making us stressed or anxious. It's what we're thinking about what's going on. If you want to know more about mindfulness, PM me. But learning to be aware of your thoughts and learning how to stop thoughts that are making you feel stressed or anxious is a very good habit to get into. So now I hope that you're sitting, standing or lying comfortably. And I just want you for the moment to just be aware and notice any sounds that are reaching your ears. I don't want you to actively listen for anything, just lie there. Close your eyes if you want to, if it helps you to focus better, but you don't have to close your eyes. And then just allow sounds to come to your ears, not trying to identify them or classify them, but just noticing that they reach your ears and accepting that they reach your ears. And maybe noticing that they come and they go. And then I want you to start moving your awareness inwards, and I want you to become very aware of your body and where it is. Can you become aware of your posture, whatever that posture is? And just make sure that you're quite comfortable and happy with the posture you've got, whether you're sitting, standing or lying. And then unless you've learned to levitate, you're going to be sitting, standing or lying on something. So can you notice where that contact happens between your body and the bed or the chair or the floor? Maybe you're aware of different textures. Be curious if you are. What sort of textures have you got? And then I'd like you to just allow your awareness to move further in and just focus your awareness on your breath. Don't change your breath in any way, just let everything flow and be quite natural. Just notice every in-breath and every out-breath as they naturally happen. Now, focusing on your breath isn't the most natural thing in the world to do at times. And the chances are that unless you're really practiced and used to doing this sort of thing, you're going to notice that your mind has decided to wander off and think about something else. Well, do you know, that's normal. Human minds want to think, and they want to think about important things. And your breath isn't, because normally your breath happens completely automatically. So if you notice that your mind's wandered off, first thing is, I don't want you to start ticking yourself off or criticizing yourself or telling yourself that you're no good at this mindfulness lark. Actually, what I want you to do is to congratulate yourself. Because from what I said at the beginning, mindfulness isn't about clearing your mind, it's about noticing what your mind is doing. So if you've noticed that your mind has wandered off, by definition, you're actually succeeding in being mindful. But then, because sometimes the things we think about can make us feel not so good, then I'd like you to just gently lead your mind back to focusing on your breath. Just noticing every in-breath and every out-breath as it naturally happens. And you know, I don't care how many times your mind wanders off, and neither should you. Every time your mind wanders off, just as many times, gently, compassionately, being non-judgmental, lead your mind back to focusing on every in-breath and every out-breath. So what is it that you notice about each breath? When you breathe in, what are you first aware of? Where are you first aware of it? And when you breathe out, where do you first feel that? Maybe just focus on the in-breath for the next few breaths. Just really noticing where you first feel the breath and where that breath ends. And then let your in-breath fade from your awareness, and for the next few breaths, focus on the out-breath. Again, being curious about what you first feel as the out-breath begins and where you feel it. Be curious about whether every breath is the same as the one that went before. Probably isn't. There are probably subtle differences. Can you notice them? If you can, great. If you can't, don't worry. Because whatever you notice is perfect for you. And it's very natural when you're doing something like this to wonder if you're doing it right or if other people are doing it better. Well, don't go down that road, because whatever you are noticing is perfect for you. And you are all that matters. Now bring your awareness back once more to the full breath. Now there's a lot of movement associated with your breath. Maybe you feel air moving, maybe you feel muscles moving. But now, can you become aware of that brief moment of stillness that happens in between each part of the breath? I don't want you to hold your breath in any way. I just want you to try and notice, be curious if you can notice that brief moment of stillness that happens between an in-breath and an out-breath, and then again between the out-breath and the in-breath. Don't hold your breath. Don't worry if you can't note it at the moment. This is called mindfulness practice, and it does take practice. So don't criticize yourself. Now, stillness is something that can be very hard to find. But it's stillness that can help our minds be still, maybe help our bodies be still, and this is useful. If we never stop running around, our bodies get physically tired, and if we never stop our minds working, then our minds get mentally tired, and that can lead to stress, anxiety, depression, all the things that we're all too familiar with and really don't want. So finding a way to be still can be really helpful. And you've got an easy way. Because that moment of stillness that happens in between each breath happens hundreds of times a day, whether you're aware of it or not. And all you need to do to find it is to just be mindful of your breath. See your breath as an anchor to help you find that moment of stillness. Because whatever else may be going on, right here, right now, the only thing that matters is just this breath coming in, just this breath going out. You use your breath as an anchor to help anchor yourself into this moment. This moment of calm that you have created for yourself. This is your moment of calm. Enjoy it. Then, can you start to let your awareness spread out a little? Gradually become aware of your whole body. And become aware of where that body is and the posture it's in. Be aware of any contact between your body and something else, whether that something else is a floor, a bed, a blanket, a cushion, even your clothes. And then slowly let your awareness spread even further out, so that you become aware once more of where your body is in the room and what's in the room, and then maybe become aware of the sounds from both inside and outside the room. And gradually, when you're ready, if If your eyes are closed, allow them to open, and if they're not closed, then just bring yourself back to normal awareness of everyday life. But as you do that, I want you to keep in the front of your mind the thought that actually you can recall, you can take this good feeling with you, because to recall it, all you've got to do is focus on your breath. And any time you need this good feeling, all you need to do is find time to focus on your breath. So this isn't something that you need me to lead you through. Okay, I have a few more minutes, she says, peering at the clock. So just as you're all kind of coming back to normal awareness, just a reminder that these videos are free, but if you enjoy the videos and would like extra video time, then pop over to my Patreon page. The link is at the top of this Crystal Wolf Holistic Care page, and please consider sponsoring me for the princely sum of $2 a month, which even with the current exchange rate isn't that much. If this is the first time you've ever done this and it's left you a little bit bemused, I hope you've enjoyed it and found it relaxing. But I want to emphasize that what I lead is mindfulness practice. The Qigong is mindful movement. The meditation is the more traditional form of mindfulness. Mindfulness isn't something that you do or experience once a week or something like that. Ideally, mindful is something that you become in everyday life to help you manage all the crap that life can throw at us, whether that's caring duties, a rotten job, pain, chronic illness, whatever. Mindfulness can be really useful to help you manage all that sort of thing. You can't change anything, but it can change what's going on up here. And as I said earlier on, stress isn't caused by what's going on, but it's caused by what you're thinking about what's going on. And the only thing that you can actually change sometimes is your thoughts. And that's what these sessions are trying to help to do. So thank you very much for watching. The video will, as ever, be uploaded onto the Crystal Wolf Holistic Care YouTube channel. Feel free to share this video with anybody. It's freely available. You know, the wider coverage I get, the better. So thank you very much for joining me for this video today. And I hope that you will join me for future videos. And if you have any questions, please feel free to message me and ask any questions that you have. And apart from that, all I would like to say is namaste.